Hi everyone, I wanted to talk to you more about lots and buying them for your perfect dream home. There's a lot of questions going around. What do you do when you find the right lot, and how do you start to find the right lot in general? And I've had a lot of transactions lately with clients who just don't really know what they're looking at when they see a lot on MLS or online on Zillow, Trulia, all the websites that are out there. So I thought this would be helpful to kind of get you started. There's always a lot more that we can do, but these are some basic practice tips that I think should help. First of all, when you're looking at the lots, I like to do Google Earth because that tells you a lot about the surrounding area. If it's a large parcel, have you thought years down the road that it could actually be developed into a community, an entire neighborhood? Then we kind of look into how does the land lay out? Does it have a slope? Does it have mini slopes? Are the contour maps that we're looking at, do they show high elevation or low elevation below sea level? Then I like to go into detail and find out if they're in a flood zone. Is it in flood X, which is 1 in 500 years, or is it flood A, which is the highest category that you can get and it's a required flood zone? Then the next steps I kind of like to look at are the wetlands, the water resources, which we call RPAs around here. It's a resource protection area where there's a buffer and you have to be off that 100-foot buffer usually, or 150 depending on the county. And with that, you're not allowed to build in that area. So it's really important that does the entire land consist of an RPA? Is there access points for the best part of the lot on the land? And if you are building a ranch, then you probably don't want a really highly sloped lot, because then you obviously would need to either bring in a lot of fill dirt, or you're going to need to do a ranch with a basement included. So there's a lot of different things to take a look at when you're purchasing the land. And one of the most important things to find out, which, believe it or not, I've been selling a lot of, especially in Petersburg area, is there's a lot of older lots that have abandoned wells or abandoned septics, and sometimes you don't find those out until you get to a perk test. So a lot of people have been asking me lately, is a perk test really important if one's already been done? In my opinion, absolutely. Because what if you decide to put your house where originally the land was perked? Then obviously where you need to put your new septic tank may not be perkable land. Or it could be completely different from what it was years ago, meaning that yes, the soil does change. So if there's a lot of clay in the soil, typically that means you're going to need an alternative septic system, which is about double usually in cost that it would be for a conventional system. The other thing is we really want to focus on the sea levels, because a lot of times that has to do with, is the well going to be required to be deeper? A lot that has more sand, a lot of times that means the well is actually going to not be required to be as deep. So there's a lot of different things with the well and septic that knowing up front can actually help the developer later on when it's time to install these. Then we get to do the survey. Surprisingly, I've probably looked over 100 lots this week, and you would really be surprised how many people list lots without a survey and don't have a clue, and all they resource is Google Maps. So it's really important that if you don't have a survey, that is done, because the next thing that we kind of look at is if there's any easements, is there access to the lot? You can have a landlocked lot in Virginia, basically meaning that at one point in time there was a large parcel and maybe the family decided to subdivide off and build a house. And it was fine years ago, but nowadays the lenders and the title companies really prefer that they have their own road. And if there is no recorded easement, then that becomes an issue and one is required. Sometimes we have to actually go out and talk to the neighbor and ask them to sign what's called a road maintenance agreement. And sometimes the agreement has maintenance things included and even a fee like $500 a year, for example, to put gravel down. Or the particular person at the end of the road who's owned the land and has been maintaining it is basically signing off saying that they're fine continuing to maintain the lot. So there's a lot of different agreements out there that are really important, but that actually protects you so that you have true access to your lot. Those are really important things that when looking at the lot, before you even write a contract, that we should take in consideration. I hope this helps, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Would love to help you find the perfect lot to build your next home or your first home. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot of really cool prizes once I reach 1,000 likes. So please make sure that you join my page. Talk to you soon. Bye.